Hi. We are creating a series of videos to deal with Java graphical user interface. In the first video, as a starting point, we're going to just show a very simple frame, empty frame. What do we mean by frame? Frame similar to something like a small window, something like that. And all you have, in it you have a title here, and if you use in Windows you have the close, minimize and maximize here. If you're using iMac or Apple, you can have it on the left hand side. So we're going to create a very simple applications or creating a frame. The simplest way to do it, let me get rid of this first, and then we can write the program. The first thing is you create a file, just a new class, and give the class a name. Or let's call it, for instance, my first frame. Let me call it the class is my first GUI. Here it is. Usually you put the main inside the class as well. So in the graphical user interface, use the class, and of course you have the main inside the class. Let me get rid of this first. First thing, when you start where you're doing graphical user interfaces, remember to import JavaX. JavaX is not Java, JavaX dot swings with everything in here. For future reference, of course, this works fine. However, import something else as well. You're gonna need that for future videos. Import. This is Java dot AWT. Enter, and it gives you everything there. That's the first thing. The second thing you do, whatever class you create, make sure this class is inherited from something called JFrame, which is part of a swing. So extend, make sure make it a child of the JFrame. So it is a frame, but distinguish with the J, it means a Java frame. JFrame. And it is. Now, the second thing you do, make sure to create a default constructor. So it's public, same as my other default constructor, which takes the class name, my first GUI, there it is, and close it. So it's a default constructor. Now, what you're gonna do, you create an object of this class. So you say my frame, my first GUI, and put the name. Usually we use the word frame as an object, equal new my first frame. There it is. Very simple. Using this in here, my first GUI equal my, it's called my first GUI. Got a mistake with the name in here. My first, the constructor, which is here. This is the constructor I'm using here. There it is. So using the class, create frame. Now, what we're gonna do is always fix with some changes you do. First thing, frame, put a title to the frame. So frame, set, title, here it is, set title, enter. So title, we're gonna do something, for instance, CSC 311 GUI, here it is, as a string. The second thing you're gonna do, set the width and height of, it means the size of your frame. So frame, because that's the frame we just created, the object, dot set size as size. You add with dimensions, usually choose the width and height, which is this one. It is, so the width, say 250, the width, and the height, for instance, say is 150. Usually you play around with these figures when you design something to make sure to fit everything inside your frame. The third thing you need, frame dot set default close operation. This one, this which makes when you click on the cross, close it, or you can enable it, or you can disable it. So you make sure to put inside is JFrame dot, and it is exit on a close. That means when you click on the close, it will close the frame for you. Then frame dot set location, here it is. There are so many locations. You can put the X and Y. If you put X and Y, this is the int X and Y. It starts from this corner, the corner, and it goes this way or this way. The easiest way you do it, in my opinion, is you set location relative to, right? Relative to the frame, of course. You put null or null. That's actually put it proper in a proper place for you, right in the middle of the screen. Other things we can do, which is very important, is a frame. Make sure it's visible. Set visible. Here it is. Set visible. There you go. Is it visible or not? Of course, you want it visible to make that true in that case. There it is. And we've done here. That's it. All of these, remember, all of these are fixed. Use them all the time in every graphical user interface program. The only thing you need to change this in here, and of course the title. That's what you need. And the other thing is the frame, the object you create from the class name. So whatever class name you have, just put it in here and create the object from it. Let's run that and see what's that gonna give us. Here it is. See in here, we said, here it is, CSC 311 GUI. Here it is. Of course, when I maximize, minimize, and close, when I click close, it closed that because I say exit on a close. If I do null, I can disable that, of course. It's visible, I can see it, yes, it's true, right? The location of it, it puts it as it is. If I change these numbers, of course, it's going to change that. So if I click on that, that would close it for me. If I change that to 450 and see what it's going to do, it's going to increase the width for us. And here it is. You see that? It's because of what we've done. I can increase that and I can make that, for instance, 250. If I put that 250, of course, it's going to be different size as well. So if I do that, and here you go, it's different size. That's conclude the first part is how you create a graphical user interface with nothing on it. Recap on it very quickly. And it is, you create a class, make sure to import these Java X-Wings and Java AWT. Make sure your class inherit JFrame, so extend JFrame, and create a default constructor only. In your main, make sure use a class, create an object of it using the default constructor, and all of these are exactly the same in all the graphical user interfaces The effects, static, they don't change these. The only thing you change is these ones in here and the title of it. I hope you find this video is useful. Should you have something, please don't hesitate to ask me, and don't forget to vote for that. Tell if you like it or not. In the second part, we're going to talk about something different. Thank you very much.